Visual Force pages. We can create Visual Force pages in different ways. One is a developer console, or in the URL also. From the URL also you can create apex slash new VF page. I'm providing one VF page like this. Page is does not exist. Why the page is does not exist? We required settings are required. So development mode enable is required. How to enable the development mode? Last time I explained maybe. Go to my settings. Go to my settings. Personal. Advanced user details. In the advanced user details, edit. So in the edit here, view state in development mode. Okay, view state in development mode. We are using view state in development mode and development mode. If you are enabling, then only it is enabled. Your services are enabled here. If I refresh, here Visual Force page error, create new Visual Force page. I am creating new Visual Force page is created. In the bottom, it is provided whatever Visual Force page is created. That code is also showing. That code is also it is displaying. Now, if you want to write Visual Force pages, then we are using here. We are creating the some pages we are creating. Now, I want to print. Account information. In this case, we are using standard controller account. I'm creating standard controller account. We are using in this account. So one page block I'm creating apex colon page block. I'm creating in the page block. I'm creating title equal to account information. We are providing. Now I want to create the account name like this. Name equal to, so dollar symbol, okay, not dollar, exclamatory symbol, and account object dot name we are calling. If I use this is like this, name, phone, now industry, account dot phone, br. Now industry account dot industry. Now rating. Account dot rating. br. The next line, if you want to, whenever we are saving this one, only the names only it is displaying, but it is not displaying remaining information. So if you want to display this account name, phone number, we required account object. One record is required. Any record if you take something, gensar is I'm taking. So gensar information we are passing. Sensor information we are passing. Okay, industry here if it is there, any type of industry, phone number, industry phone number, rating, if anything is there, that information we are displaying here. Whatever information is there, that information we are displaying. Suppose this sensor is contained, this is the information. If I am copying this ID, only the particular record ID only it is displaying. For this we are using, we are passing the ID. How to pass the ID? Question mark ID equals to whatever ID we copied, that ID you pass it. Whenever we are passing that ID, the particular ID related values it is fetching and it is displaying. Suppose we are selecting one more account information, something CAS information I'm taking. I'm getting the some CAS. This is a record ID I'm copying. Instead of the old ID, this is ID I'm pasting. In this case, CAS information it is getting. Now I want to read the data from the account object. I want to read the data from the account object. All records I want to read. How to read all records? It is only one record only we are reading. In this case, we are reading only one record only we are reading. But I want to read more complete records I want to read. How to read the complete records? So for this, we are using, so for this, we required here, record set where we are using. Record set where we are using. The record set where is used to, to store the all elements, to store the all records into some record set where. The record set where is similar to like this. In your developer console, console, there is a debug. We written some statements like this. Is there any statement? There is no statements. Okay. List of account, ACC list equal to select ID, name, industry, rating from account. Whenever we are writing like this, this is a list of accounts it is fetching and it is displaying here. So if you want to display these account records, then we are using one by one record account ACC colon ACC list we are using. From this ACC list, so here we are printing system.debug of now name plus ACC dot name. Similarly, system.debug of phone number or industry plus ACC dot industry. Now like this I'm taking. Now rating phone number I'm calling. So here phone Now rating. Like this I'm printing. So here whenever we are executing, in this case, whenever we are executing here, we are getting the one field is a phone number is a getting error. Whenever we are getting, in this case only the required fields only, selected fields only it is a displaying. And this is ACC list. The ACC list we are assigning here. From this it is assigning to ACC account. From the account one by one record we are reading. So in this case what happened means only selected items only it is selecting and it is storing. The same way, we are created here. The same way we created whenever we are using the record set where it is nothing but ACC list. I'm storing some variable name. I'm taking one variable name. This data is getting and it is storing into in this variable. Now I want to print the data. So I want to print the data. In this case I'm creating one page block table. I'm creating apex colon page block table. I'm creating in the page block table. So here value equal to now function acc list. Now acc list where equal to acc. Like this we are taking one page block table is taking in the page block table. In the page block table just so acc list and acc, that is nothing but similar to, that is similar to here. Like this we are selecting, this is acc list, it is assigning to some acc. So now whenever we are selecting, whenever we are providing like this record set where account record, whatever records are there, whatever fields are there, that fields if it is contain 500 fields, that 500 fields total it is loading. This is simply, the query is simply select star from account object. Whatever controller name you are providing, the controller name is account, then it is nothing but account records it is selecting. Complete record, complete records and complete columns also, table complete table it is loading and it is storing one variable. The variable name is record set where it is contain, that is storing.
Raj, Raj,
Yes, yes,
Raj,
yeah.
Raj, we are not able to see your screen. I'm not able to.
Can you able to see remaining? Now here, if you want to display columns, I require some columns. Now apex colon column value, value equal to, take the function acc dot name. So it is nothing but name it is printing. Now I'm taking acc name phone. Now industry rating, annual revenue, website. Like this I'm passing some information. Whenever I'm passing like this information, it is sending, it is creating one table format is creating. It is creating one table format is creating. Table is creating. It is one table is created. This table is a page block table. This table is called page block table. In the page block table we are displaying. So your data is displaying. Suppose here I'm taking now table border also I'm taking. I'm taking here some border. Border equal to, I'm taking 2, I'm taking border equal to 2, I'm taking. Whenever I'm taking the border equal to 2, now what happened if I refresh, if I save, is there any borders are visible? No. The page block table is only normal view like this, it is without borders, it is showing. Suppose if I'm taking data table, instead of a page block table, we are using data table also, data table. If I use the data table, it is table format like this, so it is displaying the, in this format it is displaying. Data table is a table format, but here there is no headers, there is no header sections, there is no header sign like this. Now if you want to display the headers, then we are using here now data table. Instead of data table, we are using page block tables, we are using. Instead of data table, we are using page block table. The page block table is here header names also providing, and so it is normal view, it is displaying. This is the difference between data table and page block table. Page block table and data table. Is clear? So is it clear? Yes. If you want to,
Hello?
yeah, yeah, tell me.
Yeah, how can we see this table from account,
Which table? This table.
this Visual Force page
Okay.
from account tab?
It
How
is,
to open this?
whenever I saved this one, automatically it is
Can you please open this table from account object?
no, not from account. Here, Apex colon new Visual Force page. What is we used? This is a URL we used. Suppose if I open 1 second, if I open contact now, later if I open account, it cannot visible. The table is not visible. If you want to
Yeah.
use Visual Force page, then Apex colon what is the page name? New VF page. If I type new VF page and if I click the VF page, then automatically it is displaying whatever table is there, that table is displaying.
Then how can we activate this table from the account? How
When
it is taking?
whenever we are creating page block table here in the Visual Force Apex colon page block table, then automatically table is created. Apex colon column, then one column is created. In the columns, if you want to pass the data, then record set where we are using. In the record set where we are fetching the complete records, from that records one by one record. That means the table is the first time one record is printing, second time one more record. Like this, whatever we are using just for loop, the same way it is following internal structure. That is internally same way it is following. Internal structure is the same way it is following for this.
Actually, I am asking.
Hmm.
ఇక్కడ మీరు
If you want to create tabs, setup, build, create tabs. Here we have custom object to tabs. Whenever you are creating the your own objects, for this we are creating custom object to tabs. So if I'm created Visual Force pages, for Visual Force pages I want to display the tab. Then click the new. Now new. Here select Visual Force page name. New VF page. For this page I want to display. Now account VF something I'm taking any name for recognition only. Account VF. For this if you want to provide some color style, okay, if you want to provide any colors styles, if you want to provide, now I'm taking some, this is a color I'm taking. Normal tab how to creating same as this, but here we are selecting the Visual Force page, we are selecting Visual Force tab, we are selecting here. What is the tab here? Visual Force tab we are selecting. If I select a custom object, then custom objects are available. If I select the Visual Force, then it is a Visual Force page is visible. So here a required Visual Force page is select, and now account VF. I'm selecting one color. I'm selecting one color. I'm selecting tab style and click on the next. Default off or tab hidden tab default on. So for my system administrator profile, I'm using default on. Next, applications. For all the applications I'm using, or only one application only, you can use it. You can use any application. One tab is created. So if I open here, Visual Force account page. Otherwise here, customize my tabs, customize my tabs, account, someplace you can take it, save it. We have some of the tabs. In this account VF, if I click the account VF, then it is open, account page is open. Directly it is open, the account page is open. If I click that one, it is open, account page is open. Instead of writing that one, so here we are using like this. Is it clear?
Okay, can we link this account to account VF if we want to link both the objects, tabs?
Already there. What is the need? You required this account is required for.
Yeah, I want to see this account VF Visual Force page in accounts.
By using account. No.
Yeah, yeah.
By clicking account only you can see that is only account only. So
Okay.
tabs are for account here. The tab is account tab. By default it is only that one only. Okay. Another way we can use it, I will explain that one. Buttons, we are creating some other custom buttons, and we are using, if I click that one, another pages we are generating. So this is here. Suppose here only last week accounts, only these three are there. In this case, if I click the account VF, only these three only it is visible. That means here there is here like this week, last week, or so new this week. If you want to display like this, we are taking and we are creating. So list view options we are creating. List view options we are creating. In the list view options we are displaying. This is. I will show you this is also later. List view options we are creating. In the list view options, it is printing. These are the way. So whatever we are selecting that way, that is it is displaying here. Is it clear here? Is it clear here? Now, whenever we are using here complete fields, it is loading. I don't want to load complete pages. I want to load only my required fields only I want to select. Other fields I don't want to allow. Other fields I don't want to allow. How to control other fields? How to control the other fields? For other fields controlling, we are using here one Apex class we are creating. We are creating one Apex class. In the Apex class, whatever fields required, that fields only we are loading. So for this, I am creating one Apex class is creating. How to create the Apex class here? You can create the Apex class in any way you can create normally. So this is a way also you can create. You can create a new Apex class like this. Otherwise, here also you can pass here instead of account standard controller. We are using custom controllers. We are using. What is we are using? Custom controller. Custom controller is nothing but we are writing the controller only we are taking. What is the name? Controller. The controller name is something account Apex. My class name is account apex controller, something I'm writing, any name you can take it. Okay, if the class is available, okay. If the class is not available, in this case it is showing the some error message it is showing. Here create apex class public account class with sharing, or this is with sharing, this is without sharing. So normally we are creating this is, if I click this one, the apex controller class is provided. So here whenever we are using here, we are removing the record set where is removing. The record set where we are removing, because the record set where whenever we are using, that is a complete records again loading. So that's the reason it is cannot allow here. If it is a standard controller, then only record set where is available. If it is a custom controller, there is no record set where. There is no record set where. Now here I am using controller. In this controller I am taking one variable, I am taking public string or public list of account ACC list. I am creating setter colon getter colon I am creating. I am creating setter colon getter colon I am creating. Now I am creating one more I am taking public. If you want to take the constructor, otherwise not required. Now here I am taking the return type is a list of account type. One method get my account, my accounts, get my accounts. This is my own method I am creating. In this method return statement is required. Return statement is required. In the return statement, so ACC list I am passing equal to select the data from the account. Select data from the account. How to select? Select ID, name, phone, now industry from account. From account. From account. Whenever we created, here it is account ACC list, select ID, name, phone, like this industry we are using. Now what is the method name we are calling? My accounts. So here we are using, this is the method name. This method name here we are passing, where we are passing this method. So instead of ACC list, we are using that function name my accounts we are using. What is we are using? My accounts we are using. Just to save that one. Returned. Now whenever we are using here error message you are getting. So whenever account dot rating we are calling, the rating is here, rating is there, but here you are not selected rating. Okay, you are not selected rating. That's the reason here rating is not accepting. Whenever we are calling rating, rating is not accepted. If I save, one more error we are getting. So annual revenue is also not selected. So that's the reason it is cannot allow. It is cannot allow here. Now website. Now in this time website. Is there any websites you have selected? No. So that's the reason this data it is not allowing. I selected ID. Okay, I selected ID. Without selecting ID also you can get the ID. Without selecting ID also you can get the ID. Whatever account is there, that account records it is showing. Whatever records you are fetching, only those data only it is displaying here. Instead of using standard controller, you can use the custom controller, and you can take by using the custom controller. This is a SALESFORCE page, and this is we have the account controller. This is one custom controller class we are using. By using custom controller, we are selecting that data and we are printing here. So this is a way you can take and you can display. Now I want to print the data from customer object. Can I print the data from the customer object? Yes. How to print the data from the customer object? So for this I'm using one Apex class and one Visual Force page I am using. Okay, I'm creating one more VF page. My VF page name is now customer VF. Like this I'm taking. Is there any page? There is no page. Create the new page is create. Create a new page is create. Now in this new page, so I'm taking here one custom controller, that is nothing but a controller. Controller equal to customer Apex controller or customer Apex controller example or my controller. You can take it any name. This is your own names only. The controller names are your own names. Controller names are your own names we are passing. Now here I'm creating one controller class. Okay, I'm using one controller class. In the controller class I'm taking list of customer, list of customer underscore underscore C, customer list or C list equal to C list setter colon getter colon, C list setter colon getter colon I'm taking. Now here I'm using public method. Here also public we require. Now public method list of customer type where returns underscore underscore C. Now get my customers. I'm calling one method I'm calling. Now in this return cust list, like this I'm passing. You can pass like this or here cust list variable name equal to, this is the way also you can use it. Select name account type account underscore type underscore underscore C. Now amount underscore underscore C, country underscore underscore C, state underscore underscore C, from customer underscore underscore C. So like this also you can write, otherwise directly here only return statement you write and it is removed. So this is I am saving the class. Now this is a method is there, this method I am taking and I am passing here. In this Visual Force page I am using this Visual Force page. Now Apex colon page block, the page block Apex colon page block table. I am creating page block table. In the page block table, so page block table value equal to one function I am writing. In this function I am passing this name var equal to some cust, any name you can take it. Here we are creating the columns. Apex colon page block Apex colon column Apex colon column, the column name, column value, the value equal to, I am writing the some function cust dot name, customer.name, customer.phone, like this. Here ID, I didn't retrieve ID. I'm calling the ID. Now name, account type, underscore C, account type underscore C. Now amount, underscore C. Now country, underscore C. If you want to retrieve, you can retrieve the data. So these are the records are there. So record ID, now the amount to country. So if you want to title, provide the title. I'm providing title equal to customer customer information. Now it is a customer information, it is a printing. These are the tables, it is printing like this. So if you want to print multiple records like a table format, completely fetching, and if you want to print like this, we are creating classes and Visual Force pages. This is a classes and Visual Force pages we are using. This is a Visual Force page. This is a controller. You can create in different places. You can create wherever it is required. You can create not only you create Apex classes and Visual Force pages from here. Also you can create Apex class and Visual Force page. I want to print some contact information. Previous we have account tab is there. What is the tab here? Account tab is there. If I click the account VF tab, this is the data is there. Instead of this data, I'm changing this data. Okay, contact information I want to print. Can I print the contact information? Yes, you can print the contact information. How to print the contact? We are changing the complete information is related to contact. Okay, complete relation information to contact we are creating. Then we are getting the some contact information. So I'm creating contact information instead of this account. In this case, I'm selecting list of contact, some ACC list, otherwise contact list, my accounts. Instead of my accounts, I'm taking my contacts. Okay, otherwise I will create another one. I will create one more. I will create it. Contact VF. I'm creating one page is VF. Contact VF like this, and I'm displaying here. Now here, I want to display within the single page one customer. My requirement is so here I required one information is this is a Visual Force page. In this Visual Force page, I want to display one is account information. Now one is contact information. One is customer information. One is account information. Contact information. Now customer information. I want to display these three objects information. How to display this is it possible to display this information within the single Visual Force page? Yes. Yes, it is possible to display within the single page multiple pages information here. Now for this I am taking multiple controller classes we are using. Multiple controller classes we are using. Now here I am creating Visual Force page is not required. Okay, I am using one Apex class we are creating. I am creating one Apex class here. Okay, okay. I am taking controller. I am taking controller. I am taking controller. Sorry. Controller contact Apex controller. Like this we are creating contact Apex controller. This is the way. So you can create in this way also you can create. Otherwise you can create this class directly also you can create. I'm removing directly. I'm creating in the direct way is nothing but so here file new Apex class. This is the way we are creating the class. Now in this class I'm creating one list of contact. List of contact. Here I'm taking contact list setter colon getter colon. I'm taking setter colon getter colon. Now this is a public list. I'm using public method one create. I'm creating public method list of contact contact get my contacts. I'm taking one contact is like this. Now contact list equal to select ID last name phone birth date from contact. Birth date from contact. We are getting the data from contact object. Return contact list. That's all. This is a class created. Wherever it is required there I am using. This class I am using. Wherever it is required there. Now only one within the single account page. Only within the single account page I want to use one account information is required, contact information is required, customer information is required. How to provide that information here? How to provide that information here? If you want to provide such type of informations, so here instead of this, we are using for account information standard controller we are using. The standard controller equal to we are taking account we are taking. Now record set where we are using the record set where something ACC list I am taking. Now here instead of that ACC list the information is related to that particular information we are providing. Now instead of controller we are using extensions we are using. In the extensions now what are the classes you have? One class is this is a one contact class is there. You can use here contact class you can use. This is the account information we are getting, and same as this we are creating one more page block, and we are using that extension controller. But whenever we are using as a extension, we required here so in this class one constructor is required, required, otherwise it cannot allow. So now whenever I'm saving here, you are getting some error message. So apex pages controller, so here we require apex pages start standard set controller is required. So standard set controller is required, otherwise it cannot allow. So just I'm creating one constructor I'm creating in this class. How to create the constructor? Public class name. Generally we are creating constructors like this. Now here I required apex pages dot standard set controller, some any name you can take it, like this you can take it. Whenever we are using as a extension controllers, in this case I'm using, in this case we are using, so if I use like this, there is no error. Now account information is displayed. The same way you can display the contact information. How to display the contact information? First we are using, instead of a controller we are using extensions we are using. So in the extension we are writing apex colon page block. I'm creating this page block is related to, now title I'm taking, title is contact information. I'm taking the contact information. One more page block is created. Here we are displaying that information. Now one page block table we are creating, apex colon page block table. In the page block table, so value equal to one function I'm writing. In the function, in the class controller class, what is the contact apex controller? This is a class is generated, we generated. Now in this class we have my contacts. What is the method name you created? Here my contacts is a one method you created. This method you copy it and you paste that method in this here. Now variable we can take it, var equal to something contact. Contact, in the contact here apex colon column value equal to, write the function contact dot first name last name, like this you can take it. id contact dot id, contact dot last name, contact dot okay last name, phone number, birth date, like this. What are the fields you selected? Birth date, phone, last name. Okay, if you want to take first name also, contact dot first name. Here I am taking first name, here I am taking phone number. Whenever I am printing, The first section is related to account, second section is related to contact information. Now I want to print one more required. I want to print one more section, that is customer information. The customer information, if you want to print, we have a one class is we created one class. Open your created class, Apex classes. So in the Apex classes, contact, one second. Customer Apex controller. So this is a class open. Okay, this is a class open. But here we required one constructor is required. One constructor is required, that is a public constructor. In that constructor we are passing Apex pages dot standard set controller some SC. We are passing, this is a standard set controller, we are using one constructor. Now this constructor name, your class name, you can take it and you pass this class name here. One more page block I am creating, Apex colon one more page block. One more page block I am creating. One more page block I am creating. Apex colon page block. In the page block, Apex colon page block table I am creating in the page block table. So here page block name equal to some title equal to customer information. Now here the table value equal to get my contacts. What is the name? Get my contacts. Now get my customers where equal to cust. Here what is your class name? In the extensions you take the your class name also. What is your class name? Your class name is, this is a class name. This class name you pass here, then only it is recognizing, otherwise it is not recognizing. So here columns we required. Columns we required. What are the columns you required? That columns you can write it. Already we have, maybe previous we have, already we have. One second, in the Visual Force page we have already open pages, customer VF open. In the customer VF customer.id name like this. No need to write. Copy these columns. Here paste it here. That's all. Whenever we are using account information, customer information, contact information, account, contact and customer information, it is displaying. Like this you can display the multiple pages within the single page, multiple pages within the single page by using extension controller. in the extension controller it is allowing multiple. Okay, here it is multiple pages it is allowing. Is it clear or any doubts?
Rajendra?
You need to practice it. Then only you have some doubts, that doubts will
Yeah.
clarify. Okay, no problem. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, Rajendra, I just ask you that in the extension means here you pass only two class name. If I want, I can use as many as I want.
You can use
Isn't it?
100 classes, no problem.
Okay.
You can use 100 classes, no problem. Not only two classes. You can use 100 classes also it is allowing, not only two classes. For that only we are using extensions. Extensions number of classes it is allowing. But a standard controller is only one class, and a custom controller is also only one controller only allowing. But whenever we are using extension, in the case of extension only it is allowing multiple classes it is allowing, not only one. If you want to take 100 comma separation, with comma separation you can take it 100 classes also it is allowing. Is it clear or any doubts? Is it clear or any doubts? Sean?